What the farfignugan are people talking about? I hear tell that many people out there find oregano tea bitter. Now, I've had oregano tea many times, and unless you oversteep it, it's not that bitter. Maybe this is why the awesomeness of oregano tea hasn't caught on the way it should. Yeah, but it's not just that some people out there are afraid of the bitter nastiness that can occur with some herbal teas. I think it's also because oregano is one of the most confusing herbs in history.
Why?
I'm telling you why.
Oregano is one of the most widely used medicinal herbs in history, and unlike many of its Lamiaceae cohorts like mint and lavender, it was pretty much universally loved back in its heyday. The Greeks believed that oregano was created by the goddess Aphrodite and was used as her icon of well-being and joy. Many cultures have used it in their weddings for bridal crowns, wreaths, or garlands to ensure happiness, vitality, and reproduction. It was even planted in graves to make sure you would find peace in the next life as well. Being a beacon for Aphrodite, it's no surprise that oregano has been used for millennia for all these different women's issues. These days, it's still used for lots of women's issues, though with human studies lacking, the pundits still say that it's uncertain how much you can benefit here. And of course, with this lack of information, they also say to avoid it if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Alright, before I get any further into all those wonderful benefits, we gotta start dealing with the confusing issues of oregano first. And frankly, I believe this all stems to this bizarre sibling rivalry with marjoram. You see, marjoram has the same genus as oregano, oreganum, which basically means joy of the mountains. That means that there's been this battle by both marjoram and oregano to be called joy of the mountains. The plants are talking to me. That I'm just getting freaked out by the wind. So if you use oregano's full scientific name, it basically means the common joy of the mountains, or just your regular good old Joe of the mountains. Something along those lines. Whereas marjoram's full name means more akin to marjoram is the joy of the mountains. It's a bit more fancy, but you can really see why there's a fight here, right? And much like calendula, which I just covered, it's caused this really bad identity crisis because people just keep calling it the wrong thing. And let's get into it. People have referred to it as rosemary mint. Yeah, totally confusing. And people have even called it Spanish thyme and wild marjoram, amongst many other names that involve its relatives, but not oregano itself in the name. And this is the part that baffles me the most, if not really pisses me off. All these freaking experts still call oregano wild marjoram. Books, right side up, all these guys, freaking specialists. Come on! To be clear, all you crazy experts and all you people out there, yes, oregano. I'm original, right? Oregano and marjoram are different things. Oregano and marjoram have different flavor profiles and uses. So why you experts want to still call it marjoram? I don't freaking know. You got an idea? Let me know in the comments. I am calm. I am zen. Oregano. Now, the final factor that makes oregano's reputation really kind of muddled is that it wasn't widely used in the USA until soldiers brought it back with them from fighting in Italy during World War II, at which time it became known as the pizza and pasta herb, a reputation that it really still hasn't escaped yet. Let's get back on track and redeem oregano's reputation by showing you just how good oregano is for you! Wow, I echoed on that one. The easiest way to do this is by looking at its ORAC score, which for those of you who don't know is how you measure just how much antioxidant potential a food has. And when it comes to antioxidant power, oregano is a supreme badass. Am I allowed to say that word? It comes in the top 5 for all spices and herbs in antioxidant potential, higher than turmeric, basil, and mint. It even dwarfs marjoram. And everything else at the top of the list is specialized extracts, powders, or this really rare dragon's blood plant. You get it now? Oregano is totally awesome? I got more proof for you. It's loaded with a wide variety of active compounds that all have studies showing how oregano can help with various types of cancer. In addition to that, these compounds are also the reason that oregano can help with your skin, eyes, and blood health. And speaking of blood health, there's even studies out there showing how oregano can help with both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Additional research by the Journal of International Medical Research also shows that oregano tea could help raise good cholesterol levels and lower bad cholesterol cholesterol levels. True, the study did show that oregano oil can help you better with this, but oregano tea has been shown to help with this as well. If you go back to the Middle Ages, you can find lots of examples of oregano tea being used to help improve people's mood. And there's even research now showing how the carbachol and other compounds in oregano tea can help all these various mood and mental disorders. Throughout history, you can even find oregano tea being used to help you get over the loss of a loved one. Of course, they also used oregano tea to cause psychic dreams, so maybe they didn't quite know everything? Or did they? If you go back even farther to the ancient Egyptians, you would find cultures all across Europe and Asia using oregano tea for snake bites? Yeah, ancient writings show that oregano tea was often combined with wine to help with snake bites, poisoning, and convulsions. It was even widely used as an antibacterial agent, which definitely has merit, as there's now research confirming that oregano can help with a variety of bacterial strains and is also an antiviral that can help prevent infections and wounds. Oregano tea has specifically been used for candida, athlete's foot, and yeast infections. So, now I trust you've seen that oregano packs a really big punch. You won't be surprised to find out it can also knock out lots of inflammation problems as well, which means that it can help with a variety of problems that are exacerbated by inflammation in the body, like bug bites, allergies, and more. Oregano is also pretty darn good for your digestive health. Surprised? By this point you shouldn't be. Pretty much all the herbs in the Lamiaceae family are great at dealing with a wide variety of digestive issues like these.
Are we there yet?
No!
Oregano tea can help with respiratory issues from basic coughs and colds, all the way up to serious respiratory issues like bronchitis. And well, if that isn't enough for you, it can even help with these various conditions too. I think it's also really important that you know oregano is a perennial plant, which means it's going to grow year round, and though it doesn't look like much right now, it's going to look mighty sexy come summer. More exciting news for you gardeners. It's a fantastic companion plant that can improve the flavor of other edible plants as well as attract bees and butterflies. The flowers of oregano have even been used to dye wool and linen. Book drop. Kind of like mic drop, but book drop. Maybe. Alrighty, now the bad stuff. Actually, it's not that bad. Oregano, and especially oregano tea, is quite safe for you to use. Only those of you who have the really bad luck to be allergic to the Lamiaceae family of herbs, or those of you who have one of the various problems shown here, are going to need to avoid it or be very cautious when having it. And that brings me to my favorite saying of all herbs: use them in moderation. Like many teas, you should never have more than 3 cups of oregano tea per day. And if you're one of those very rare people who has an upset stomach after having oregano tea, you should probably cut back on how much you're having. Pretty much every other warning you're going to find about oregano is about oregano oil, because it's a much stronger dosage. It should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. Be very careful when using oregano oil. Follow a medical professional's guidelines if you can. For me, please. Thank you. Now we can relax and enjoy some tea. I'll go get it. It's pretty darn easy to make oregano tea. 1 tablespoon dry or 2 tablespoons fresh in a cup of boiling water. Personally, I always go longer on steeping times when it comes to herbal teas, but as some people, do find this one bitter, I say 2 to 4 minutes for those people. Anyone else who really wants to get the best medicinal value out of this, go 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm also one of those weird people who likes oregano tea straight, but you can always spice it up with whatever you like. Some other herbs, honey, go crazy. To learn about another fun herb from the same family, watch one of these videos next. Please be kind, take care of each other, and go get yourself some oregano tea. Hopefully it'll be as tasty to you as it is to me.